What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So we have to do a quick update on Palantir stock here. Heading into this brand new week in the stock market, we have to break down the charts, my plans with the stock, and later in the video, we'll cover some stocks, some companies that are set to report earnings this week. More of a rapid fire style. What am I trying to say here, guys? You know what I mean. We'll rip through those other stocks at the end of the video, so make sure you all stick on throughout. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more. And with that being said, cheers. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive right into it. So check it out. PLTR, guys. It ended up having a pretty nice green day on Friday after completely breaking out in the morning. You guys probably remember that. We hit $22 in the morning at about 10 a.m. Then we actually sold off for the rest of the day, but we still had a 0.5% green day. And at one point on Friday, I think we were up 3%. Don't get it. Let me actually double check that to make sure. No, actually 2%. Either way, we broke out to 22.17, and mind you, on Friday, we took out the highs from Thursday, from Wednesday, from Tuesday, Monday, pretty much every day last week, which is really, really good news for the bulls heading into this week. And notice another thing, which I've mentioned before, let me say it again, for all you guys maybe that missed the last video, we can see clearly we're making higher lows into that 22.25 level. So we're on the verge of breaking out, in other words, in my opinion, fully breaking out, right? So we're making higher lows. We were all last week. You guys can see that here. And again, we're pushing into this 22.25 resistance. So heading into next week, what are we going to do? What are we going to do tomorrow? Tuesday, right? Do we retake 22, which would be phenomenal for the bulls? Let me actually set my alert there right now. Mark is at or above. If we take 22 bucks out and start pushing 22.50, I'll put another alert there. This could be the start of the next leg up. And who knows, man, where PLTR could be going from there. If I pull the layers back a bit, 10-day chart, you guys can see the inverse head and shoulders we talked about in the last video. That's still intact. And if we do start pushing that 22.50, this is where we could start seeing something like this, right? Maybe a move back to the mid-20s, dare I say high 20s, totally in the cards, guys. And for me personally, I've been buying Palantir every single week, sometimes twice a week since they reported earnings. So the company reported earnings about 2 weeks ago. When was it now? Geez, time's flying, guys. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow, Monday, or today, Monday, depending on when you're watching this video, it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from earnings, and I've bought a couple lots here in PLTR stocks since that point, mainly in the low 21, high $20 range, and I continue or plan to continue to buy literally tomorrow. I'm planning on buying more PLTR tomorrow, and even if it breaks out, I'm considering buying the breakout here, and I'm not going to go crazy, obviously within reason. If we go to 30 bucks like in a month or something, I'm not necessarily going to average all the way up to 30 bucks, but as long as we're in this mid low 20 range, I'm looking to add a little bit, continue to nibble shares and build my position up for the long term, right? That's the goal right now with PLTR. And of course, on the 4-hour chart, you guys can see we're still under the 50 and the 180 moving averages based on the price action that we've seen, over the past couple of days. But again, I'm telling you guys that ascending triangle, keep your eyes on that. If we do see that play out, this inverse head and shoulders as well, we could be breaking out of those moving averages pretty soon here. And that would be the sign of a full-on breakout coming, in my opinion. Kind of like what we got, before the earnings, which now obviously hindsight's 2020, but we could look at that and be like, all right, that was a fake out, obviously. We broke out of the moving averages, didn't last long, and now we're back under them. But I think the next time we do get out of there, it's not going to be a fake out, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. But yeah, PLTR heading into this week looks pretty good in my opinion, guys. And we also see a double bottom potential breakout forming here. You guys see the one bottom at about $21, another one here same $20.50, $21. So let's see how that plays out heading into this week. And in terms of other companies I'm watching, again, we have a couple companies set to report earnings. Let me pull up my list here, guys. Give me a second. We can see, all right, well, you can't see it. I can see it. But the number one company obviously is NVIDIA, which I made a video on earlier today. Go check that out. We're not going to talk about NVIDIA in this one, but some other key ones that we have: Lowe's, ticker symbol LOW. That's a big one. They're set to report earnings, I think, on Wednesday or Tuesday. Let me double check. They're on Tuesday, so the 21st of May in the morning, we're getting Lowe's earnings. And take a look at this, guys. What is going on with Lowe's? Well, it's pulled back a good chunk, that's for sure, from 260 to 230, about 11%. We're in correction territory. And we also are clearly holding an uptrend, right? We've been consolidating over the past month, really, in this 225, 230 range. Now all we have to do is wait for that confirmation, that breakout. And something tells me we're going to have to wait till earnings to see what direction we pick, right? If these numbers are strong and we start taking out the highs from, it looks like here, the middle of September, where we were at 235, if we get out of there, guys, this could be playing out to the upside beautifully. So keep your eyes on LOW. TGT is another one. Target, right, which Target has turned around massively. Their stock has over the past couple of months. It's insane. And we are down about $20 from the recent highs. Not a big deal, about 11% in correction territory like Lowe's. And we're still holding an uptrend. So it's really not that big of a deal that it's pulled back. And same thing with Target here, guys. We're consolidating. We're going to have to wait till earnings and see what direction we pick. I mean, look, we have a wedge clear as day here that's formed. So are we going to break 165, the top of the wedge here, or do we fall through 155 and start selling off aggressively? Time will tell. Looks like earnings are on Wednesday in the morning on Target, and we also have Intuit. INTU is the ticker. Let me pull it up and show you guys very quickly here, which Intuit actually looks pretty good here heading into earnings. We have earnings on, I believe, Wednesday. Let me double check. Actually, no, on the 23rd after the bell, which is Thursday after the bell, we have Intuit's earnings, and their stock's breaking out heading into earnings. We're above the moving averages. We're trading at a multi-month high, it looks like, multi-week high actually, and now we're pushing, looks like 671, which now we're at 661, so that's a pretty good sign, guys. Intuit is, looking pretty good heading into earnings. And we also have Snowflake, which is huge. I'm pumped about Snowflake stock. I don't own it, full disclosure. And for that matter, I don't own any of the stocks we're talking about today except for Palantir. But Snowflake is down big time. It is down massively from where it was. Before the last earnings. We were at 235 last earnings. The earnings came out. The stock dropped to 175, and it's been bleeding ever since. We got down to about 145. So at one point, this stock was down 40%. And now we're slowly finding a bottom in the short term, consolidating here in the 150, 160 range. We also are moving back over the moving averages here. We have an inverse head and shoulders by the looks of it. So let's see if we get that full-on confirmation, a break above 170. That could be interesting, guys. This is one that I'm looking at as a trade personally. And I think their earnings are on Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday, same day as NVIDIA after the bell. So Snowflake, let me set my alert very quickly here, guys. I'll do it at $170. Mark is at or above, and we'll see what happens with that. And last but not least, not my favorite company in the world, but Zoom Video Communications is one that I'm watching, right? This company is set to report earnings. Let's see here. I think on they're tomorrow, Monday after the bell, or today after the bell, depending on when you're watching this video. But the 20th of May, we're getting earnings out of ZM, and this stock's chart does not look the best. I mean, obviously, we have support at $60. Yeah, that's great, but at the same time, we're making lower highs into that support. Not the best sign. But yeah, man, if this thing takes out this, resistance, which I'm not too confident it will, but if it does, it could be an interesting play. It looks like last time they reported earnings and the time before that, the stock shot up like crazy. Holy crap. Looks like last time they reported, we were at about $60, ran all the way to 72 after earnings. So what do you guys think? Do you own any of these stocks? Zoom, Snowflake, Intuit? Target, Lowe's, Palantir. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more. And of course, guys, check out the Patreon if you want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio. You see all the buys, sells, all the moves I make, the returns, all that good stuff on Patreon. You'll also get access to the Discord chat plus more on Patreon. Check the link down below or go to stockssurefast.com/Patreon. The QR code's also right here. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you later.